Well, it's just a normal day on the island of Sodor. Why isn't Thomas doing anything? Oh well, the Fat Controller's coming. Thomas, I have some good news for you. What is it, sir? I have just ordered 2 new engines off of eBay, and they're coming here to work with you on the island of Sodor. Where are they? Oh, they'll be here in a second. Oh look, here they come now. I'm proud to present to you James and Percy. Hello, James. Hello, Percy. I'm Thomas. Hello, Thomas. I'm James. And I'm Percy. Tell me, what kind of jobs do you do around, your branch lines? I take goods trains in the freight cars. Sometimes I take passengers, and sometimes I take freight. Well, I'm glad you all know each other. James, your first job is to take the passengers around the island in the express coaches. And Percy, your first job, I want you to shun freight cars for Thomas. Yes, sir! Soon James arrived at the station to collect his passengers. Okay, I'm just gonna have to wait for the passengers to get in. Then James started to get cross because the passengers wouldn't hurry up and find their seats. Would you just find your seats already? Said James. He was losing his patience. Okay, James, we finally found our seats. Oh, good, cried James as he left with his load. Meanwhile, Percy was shunting trucks for Thomas's train. It was a long train. Percy was still chuffing along when he heard James's whistle. And James came thundering down the branch line. But to make matters worse, James was on the same track as Percy. And Percy was coming the other way. But since Percy was behind the trucks, he didn't notice that James was headed straight for him. They whistled as loud as they could, but neither of them could hear each other, because up above, Harold the helicopter was flying above. They applied the brakes as hard as they could, but it was no good, and it all broke loose. Thomas was still resting at the sheds when SpongeBob ran up. Thomas, you gotta help me. Percy and James. Whoa, SpongeBob, calm down. What's the problem? Percy and James have had an accident. They were on the same track. Oh gosh, out of my way. I'm going to get the breakdown train. Thomas soon arrived at the accident with Butch. And soon, Percy and James were back on the tracks in no time. Thomas took his trucks all the way to Maithwaite Station. Later that evening, Thomas, Percy, and James were back at the sheds. Thomas was awarded for rescuing Percy and James in the big accident. And Percy and James were mostly given a day off because they had big injuries. Well, I guess I'm ready to say this, but this episode is up. Goodbye, folks.